Well, hello, my dear viewers, my dear friends. Welcome back to the channel, to another week, a brand new week, with a brand new set of chapters. Starting this week, we have Fairy Tale 543. That's right, the third to last chapter of Fairy Tale. This time around, we have the Fairy Tale memory number 16 of the Avatar Saga. Again, it's not like I didn't enjoy this saga, but the little I remember of it, the saga served no purpose other than to show some of the characters' evolution on the 1 year time skip, and also their fates after the disbandment of Fairy Tale. Other than that, this saga really didn't serve any sort of purpose. But anyway, let us move on with the chapter itself, because I am for once very excited about Fairy Tale, because if you remember on the last chapter, the plan kinda went down the hatch. So yeah, it appears that that's where we start off. The boats have been completely wiped out. Okay, just stick to the plan, says Gray. I'll make a ship. Okay, that's cool. That's actually cool. Instead of a ship just appearing out of nowhere, they'll make one out of ice. That won't work, of course, but it's at least the thought that counts. So we should hold hands and heighten our magic so that the minute Lucy arrives we can release the spell. Okay. Okay, very well. Do you remember, Happy? Argent is where you, Natsu, and I met for the first time. Oh, the good old days. Damn it, look at the art style. Look at how it has changed. Like, no matter what turns the story took, no matter what happiness or disappointments we got during the whole story, one thing is for certain. Like, the artwork got better and better by the day, by the chapter. Like, just compare these few panels, which appear to be copy-pasted, because unless he could change styles, I guess, if he can, props to him, but it's just so nostalgic. That this is the feeling that no matter what turn the story took, again, this feeling of nostalgia that is coming when finishing a great story. Because whether we want it or not, whether we really think or not, Fairy Tale was a good story. Overall, it was a good story. Sure, it had some hiccups along the way, and especially in the end, but Fairy Tale was a good story. It had a good premise, it was a good story. Oh god, the nostalgia is hitting. Once more we'll meet Natsu here. Okay, and speaking of which, looks like this is the END of the line. No. You dragon fools, I can't afford to leave even a single dragon alive. This is what it means to be a dragon slayer, the reason for my very existence. But then again, if they pose no problem to him, why just not leave them aside, casting them as trash? The feeling alone would be embarrassing enough. Okay, and Natsu is laughing. But you are a dragon too, aren't you? Pretty funny joke there, if you ask me. As long as you exist, there'll still be a dragon alive. Besides, we are humans. The dragons gave us powers, but we're still humans. Quit the narcissism, idiot. Real dragons, you see, are strong and noble. Well, that's a fair point. We never actually saw acknowledge as dragon, the dragon who taught him. So, and kind. Okay. So we are getting some backstory. Kinda late for a backstory now, but heck, I'm all up for it. The dragons that stole everything from me are kind. They devoured my family, burned my city, and killed even the little children. How in the world could those dragons ever have been kind? Ooh. I guess he has a valid point, for he who has not known a single kind dragon, for him all dragons are evil. Heck, just look at the current state of the world as it is today. I'm not gonna go into details, but it's sometimes hard to imagine some things as kind if all we know are the evil things that those things stand for. And for acknowledge is exactly the same. If all he ever know, if all he ever saw and know was bad dragons who killed and slaughter and burn as they see fit, it's very hard for him to see dragons as kind. So, I can see his point. I told you, real dragons. Dragons come in different types just like as humans. Again, another valid point. Likeable ones and terrible ones. Strong ones and weak ones. Bad ones and kind ones. And ones that defeat you. Nice. My attacks, why? I'll enchant all our power into you, Natsu. Of course he has to be Natsu. Go, Natsu, I know we can trust you to finish this off. We're counting on you, Natsu. Our magic power will give it all. We'll give you all of it. I feel it. Your powers are become flame. This is the power of the 7-flame dragon. And there's the ship. Oh, I knew it. This is my greatest master. Okay. Preparations are complete. Send technology to the ship. Okay. Ooh. The vanilla armor, the Heaven Wheels armor, is it? I believe yes. And there goes technology into the ship. I knew it. Everyone release your magic. Aquarius first. Papa, Mama, lend me your strength. The strength to protect everyone. Oh, because she no longer has magic power. Oh, damn it! Not the feels. Fairy sphere activate. Link, feel, reach. I feel ya. In the next moment the future will be decided. Next issue we've got a special 26 pages for the climax of our dragon battle. To be continued in chapter 544, You're the King. I knew it, they're going to defeat both body and soul at the same time. Actually, it was really easy to predict. This is how Fairy Tail has been doing things for a while. All the climaxes all kinda happen at the same time, just to give a more dramatic exposure. And this being the climax of climaxes, it just makes sense for them to defeat both mind and soul together. And it's quite poetic that Lucy will sort of defeat the body and Natsu will defeat the soul. Of course they aren't doing so alone. Lucy has the power of everyone else, and Natsu has the power of the remaining 6 Dragon Slayers, plus his own. So he has flame, steel, shadow, light, air, lightning, and poison. So all 7 powers of 7 Dragon Slayers combine into one flame. I was trying to see if the flame had any resemblance to the others. Oh, any resemblance to the other. We see some lightning, there's flame, there's the gusts of air, there's the shadow, there's the light, there's the poison cloud. The only thing missing really is the steel, but I guess we can count these tidbits as it. Or maybe his arm turned to steel, I don't know. It's pretty cool that they managed to incorporate all the elements of the 7 dragon flames, of the 7 dragon slayers, into one single flame. This is it. I believe this is as far as we can go with this chapter of Fairy Tail. I wasn't expecting the ice ship to work, but then again, as it is the third to last chapter, it really needed to work. There was no other option. The ship really needed to work, otherwise the manga couldn't end in 2 chapters more. So there was a need for this, and I kinda enjoyed it. But at the same time, now that I think about it, Technology has just basically destroyed the ships, so he could supposedly buy himself some time, but in the end it was all for naught because a single ice ship was able to bring him down. Again, it works, and it worked, and there was no other option as we stand right now. There was no other option. And I wish to see how they will, after they trap him in Fairy Sphere, because they will trap him in Fairy Sphere. There's no other option at this point. I wonder where will they put Fairy Sphere. I've said it before, and I still believe it, that they'll put Fairy Sphere in the Ravines of Time. The moment they defeat Technology's soul, he'll lose control over the Ravines of Time. The ravines will open, and allowing the 7 Dragon Slayers to come out, and allowing them to push Fairy Sphere inside the Ravines of Time, thus effectively trapping Technology, both body and soul. Or at least body, because if the soul is there, the soul can eat magic, and he can eat Fairy Sphere, and the circle repeats anew. But maybe not. Maybe if they defeat the soul disappears, the body becomes a mindless dragon, and thus they're able to trap it, and the dragon just floats on to eternity and forever. But it is it for now. Coming right up, we will have the 7 Deadly Sins. I hope you guys have enjoyed this chapter. I sure have. This is shaping up to be a good ending. It's as good as it's going to get, really. So it's as good as it's going to get. In the next chapter, as I predicted, they'll defeat Technology, and chapter 545 will probably be a bigger chapter, just detailing a few years after, probably 5 to 10 years, something of the sort. I'm leaning more towards the 10, if he does things as I think he will, like couples being made, children being had and being born, like Grey and Juvia, Levi and Gajil. Lucy will probably be pregnant of Natsu. I don't think they'll have a children at that time, but she'll probably be pregnant of Natsu, and he'll be just wandering off like Gildarts, sort of. I think Natsu will become a sort of character like Gildarts, wandering the world. I think Gildarts could become the Guildmaster. Please don't make Makarov the Guildmaster again. Just hand down the role to Gildarts or Erza or Mira Jane. Just not Makarov, or even Laxus, for all I care. Just make sure that when the time skip rolls, we'll see Makarov's grave. We'll see Laxus at his grandfather's grave, just saying, "We know. I just hope I can make you proud on the same role you had," and we'll find out then that he's the master of the guild. But anyway, I'll speak more about the last chapter on the next video, which will be coming out next week when the chapter releases. Coming right up, as I've said again, we have this week's chapter of the 7 Deadly Sins. Very curious to see that, if they actually get to Conrad, in this chapter. See you then. Bye bye.